my time to shine. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Jam-packed day of basketball at East Kenwood High School continues. Game 2 in the Gotta Get It Classic. And we could have a classic in store. Two really good teams, Detroit Renaissance and the Maroon Giants of Kalamazoo Central, coming up on noon on a Saturday. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush, back with you. Glad you're making some time for us all day long. And specifically, Chad, for this fun game between two teams that have higher aspirations than just this game. Kalamazoo Central every single year, one of the best teams in the state, coming off another 20-win season last season. And then for Detroit Renaissance, a team that comes in 8-4, 3 of those 4 losses by 5 points or less. They are in every game because of their young talent, Chad. Let's start with them. For anyone who's not watched Renaissance yet this year, what do we need to know about them?
You need to know about Mr. Stone. This guy's one of the best guards in the state, Lance Stone. A young junior, a guy that has really turned out this league, smallish player, plays really big, big heart, ball handler, shooter, does it all. He's teamed up with Jordan Sigmund, one of the best sophomores in the state of Michigan. Very talented, can shoot, active guard, combo guard, very talented guard play for Renaissance. That's where they're dominant. And John D. White, their head coach, has some experience in winning big-time games. He won a state title at Southfield Christian, or 2 back in the day.
Yeah, and if you like a style of play, or maybe they get in the half court and take their time, that's not going to happen with Renaissance. They get up and down the floor and score like 80 points a game. As for Kalamazoo Central, we were just talking about all the wins they had last year. Another 20-win season for a program that has a lot of history. But what's going on with them this year?
They've lost a lot. They lost a lot from last year. Hutch Ward's gone. But they got a big man, and they got a big man they're really excited about, and Isaiah Theodile, and he is going to be the watch today. Not a lot of size for the Phoenix. Watch for Kalamazoo Central to try to get it to Isaiah Theodile, the freshman at 6'7", and he's a handful down there. We'll see how Renaissance handles his activity. And Renaissance battling to be one of the best teams in the PSL, the league they reside from.
Theodale, one of the better young guys in Michigan, between him and Sigmund. A lot of talent on the court tonight. Theodale, by the way, also has a couple of D1 offers already from Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan. Going to be a fun one today. Renaissance, Kalamazoo Central in Game 2 out of 7. Whole bunch of good games going on all day, and we're hoping this one is a lot of fun. Tip-off is just around the corner. We bring it to you right after this.
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
A lot of teams inside the fieldhouse at East Kenwood High School who have dreams of playing about an hour down the road at the Breslin Center in a couple of months. And certainly those guys in black and maroon, the Phoenix of Detroit Renaissance, have those dreams, Chad, and they should have those dreams, because when you look at this starting lineup, I know they're young, but that's about as much talent as anyone you'll find in the state.
It is, and a guy we didn't talk about is L.A. Gales, the freshman. He's the forward. He's a big one at 6'7". That's the starters. Yeah, you see him: Stone, Miller, Phelps, Jackson, and Sigmund for John D. White, assisted by Kevin Hunt and Toria Robinson. And this is a team that you said offensively very assertive. They want to get up and down the court. They want to score at a high-paced offense.
And then on the other side of things, the Maroon Giants, dressed in the familiar white with that gold piping, and of course, Giants across the chest in maroon. We've already talked about Isaiah Theodile, the big 6'7" youngster. Anyone else in that starting five stand out to you, Chad, when you look at them?
Yeah, I look for Calvin to kind of look to control this game. He's a guy that can set the pace for him. They like his poise. 35-second shot clock. I erroneously in the last game said 30-second shot clock. My bad. 35-second shot clock today. Keep an eye on that.
You're used to college where it's 30 now and now 35. You're good.
Thank you for that.
You're
yes.
allowed one mistake per day, and you made it, so no more, okay?
Fair enough.
There you go, on cue. Chad said it. He's going to control the game. DeMarque Calvin, first shot, good.
He's a fine player. He's a senior. They're going to lean on him. They lost 2 or 3 seniors last year, including Hutch Ward, one of the guys who was in line for the Player of the Year in Division I.
When you grow up a coach's son, you will play as composed as Stone does. Passing to Sigmund. I knew we were going to get it. We got it early. A wedgie.
Wedgie alert is out and loud. We got a wedgie. What did we have the other day? We had a wedgie and a wongie. It just rested on that thing. It just rested on that backboard. Already a fun game.
It took us exactly 40 seconds to get a wedgie.
Yeah, and a stoppage of play.
Yes. Last game between Benton Harbor and Wyoming Lee went pretty darn quick. We're hoping for a similar pace of play. Lance Stone, no, on the contest from Edwards. Maroon Giants up the floor, right back to Edwards, who lost the ball off his thigh. Unforced error.
Well, the Phoenix, we told you want to get up and down, but defensively they can be pesky as well. Very concerned about the big Isaiah Theodile in the middle.
He's a sophomore, and he's still growing. Number 11 in white. Big dude, middle of your screen.
Rec specs.
Yes. Somewhere Kareem smiles. Stone putting up the shot over Theodile. Missed it. Big rebound. Calvin on the go. All the way to the rim. And Kalamazoo Central starting strong.
He can do it at 3 levels. He's a 3-level scorer, and he's good. DeMarque Calvin with a quick 4 in this game.
Where do the Phoenix go? Team that's coming in at 8-4, but they've played a lot of tight games already this season. Sigmund, one of the best sophomores in America, another miss.
Slow start, 0-4 from the floor for the Phoenix.
Trey Nichols, yes, that's a 3 and an early barrage from the Maroon Giants.
John D. White's seen enough. He says, look, we went from the east side of the state to the west side of the state, but we didn't lose our swag. Let's get this thing right. But how about the confidence and the stick from deep by Nichols. 7-0 early, touchdown Kalamazoo Central.
You know, it's nice when the coaching staff doesn't lie to us before the game. We heard that Trey Nichols was known for his shooting ability, so it's nice when he hits his first shot of the game, you know?
He's a guy that can do both. He can run the point, combo guard, and man, we're seeing early that this is the Giants were here. Now, you look on paper, the Renaissance Ball Club probably favored in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got young but experienced and electric guards. We thought it'd be a tough matchup against the Maroon Giants early on. A big bite by the boys from Kalamazoo Central.
They were supposed to play yesterday at St. Joseph, but there was a big snowstorm, so they couldn't make it there, and the game just got canceled. So now they play today. Haven't played since the game against Portage Central earlier this week that they lost by 10. Clearly, they are still smarting from that loss the other day because they've come out guns a-blazing.
We're going to blame that on Kara Lyles. She hails from St. Joe's, and they canceled that game. We're coming after Kara for that one.
Side shot Kara. Hopefully she's not watching, because if she is, she's
Upset.
shaking her fist right now going, I'm not even hearing. You're making fun of me? Like, that's not nice. Calvin to the rim, and it's 9-0 Kalamazoo Central.
And Calvin's had 7 of the 9. What a start. Make it 6 of the 9.
My goodness, does Renaissance need a basket? It's not coming here. Theodile swats Phelps shot.
With that left hand, too. Was smart about it. That offhand swatted it to avoid the foul.
Inbound to Stone. Trying to put the defender on skates, rising for a J over Edwards, and Renaissance is on the board.
Stone does not lack confidence. He's got an older brother that played Division I. His father's a basketball coach in Division I, and he'll shoot here too.
Got it again. This man has unlimited range.
Yeah, and unconscious. All good shooters don't have a conscience, and he doesn't.
Oh my goodness, Maroon Giants had Theodile open down low, but they threw it right through his hands. Back-to-back turnovers for KZoo Central.
Lance Stone was born to play this game, and boy is he fun to watch along with Sigmund.
They may be the best backcourt in the state, and they're not even seniors yet. Stone kicking, corner, Renaissance just like that, and a flash has got it to a 1-point game. Phelps knocks down the 3, and a timeout on the floor. Blink in this game, you'll miss something. It was 9-0 Kalamazoo Central, then Renaissance just went on an 8-0 run. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Look at this, kick, corner. They started 0 of 4, they've hit a couple straight, and here come the kids from the D.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back at East Kenwood and right back to action. Kalamazoo Central trying to stop the bleeding. They can't there. It's an 8-0 run for Renaissance. Sigmund on the run. Renaissance has got the lead. Phelps for 2.
Unselfish and willing passer. That was kind of the knock for Sigmund. He's changed that this year.
Theodile gets the roll. We told you they were going to go up and down the floor in this game. We're 3.5 minutes in. They've combined for 21 points.
Yeah, and the Maroon Giants need to try to find the big fella. A sophomore, 6'7", effective.
Lance Stone missed. He is human. Pull up 3. Rebound. Stone had it and lost it because it got tipped out of bounds by the Maroon Giants.
But what he did was box out just enough.
Yep.
He knows this game, has a great feel for it, boxed out just enough to get the possession back for his club.
Chad, as we watch the pace of play in this game, which obviously they're going lightning quick, is this the pace both teams want, you think?
I think it's the pace Renaissance wants. I don't think the Giants really want to get into an open court game necessarily. They like to feature the big man, and I think there's a time and a place to run. But I think they'd like to establish their 2 bigs down low. We didn't talk about the other 6'7" guy out there. 6'8" guy, that's Sharon Wilborn. So 2 trees out there right now the Giants would love to take advantage of.
Stone wants to pull the trigger. He just didn't have space. Now Sigmund on the drive amidst the trees, draws a foul.
Boy, he's quick. Attacks the gaps, downhill driver. Can shoot it too, but this kid really drives and rips and creates a foul and a line opportunity here. Look at this. He's not scared to go amongst the 6'7", 6'8" centers. Fearless. Just a sophomore.
And oh, by the way, in about 10 seconds of game action, Renaissance picks up back-to-back fouls on Trey Nichols, the best shooter that Kalamazoo Central has.
Very good point. And they're going to have to go get him and put him on the bench. That's impactful. He's also a senior.
2 for 2 at the line for Sigmund, one of the best players in the state. A lot of colleges want him already. Calvin missed the 3. There's the size for Kalamazoo Central, a big boy rebound.
Yeah, it was. Sharon Wilborn.
Cameron Bean into the game, not one of their starters, and you could see a little bit of rust there, harassed, leading to a turnover.
Yeah, Marcellus Phelps flashing that D.
Another sub here for Kalamazoo Central. Dwayne Yarborough, the junior, is in. Room Giants not afraid to play a lot of bodies. They'll run 9 or 10. Sometimes rare at the high school level.
Depth is going to be needed against this Phoenix team.
I mean, some of the shots Landstone makes, you're sitting here and shaking your head going, how in the world did you make that, man?
A lot of days of shooting that basketball, competing against his family members.
Calvin the answer on the other end for Kalamazoo Central.
No time to waste. Phoenix get it and run.
And a steal. Sigmund telegraphed that pass. Yarborough now trapped, and he threw it away as he was trying to get it to Sharon Wilborn.
Thanks to very good on-ball pressure by both guards. It forced that poor entry pass.
Went off for Renaissance, so it is Kalamazoo Central ball still. Jackson is all over Yarborough. And it leads to a Phelps steal. Marcellus Phelps blocked, follow Miller.
How about that persistence? Fine block as well by Theodile. Teammates had his back for the Phoenix.
Step through, shot no good. There was a foul though. Theodile on his way to the basket, draws the contact on Jaden Miller.
You get a chance there to see Theodile's athleticism and his ball handling ability in traffic. You get another look here at the block by the big boy. And the rebound and put back.
Tried to get him on an entry feed that time. They missed him. Chad, you can talk about size advantage all you want for Kalamazoo Central, but if you can't get him on a good entry feed, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Ball distribution's important. And John White has made an effort for his guards, made a point for his guards to put a lot of pressure on that ball pass and entry feed.
Renaissance was down 8-0, and now they lead by 5. That is just what they do. First bucket for Malachi Jackson.
In a pretty move, Euro step that a lot of folks thought was a travel, but that was just a well-executed Euro.
Swarming defense. Kalamazoo Central gets the break. Down low, Theodile up and good.
Great catch in traffic and finish, collected himself. You can see early on that this kid's going to be a player, just grown into his body.
Not that time for Jackson. Rebound Renaissance, working hard down low. Marcellus Phelps, who is listed at 5'10". I don't know if he's actually 5'10", but that was a heck of a rebound down there.
It was. He went over the back of a guy who's 6'3" and pulled it in. And gets rewarded. Free throw line left. Here's another look at it. Over his back, but legally. Just called bunnies. And anticipation and toughness.
Jed, we've covered Renaissance a couple of times already this year. That's the thing about them, right? Everyone knows about Sigmund, everyone knows about Stone, but if they're going to make a run, like they tell anyone who will ask them they want to make a run this season, the keys really are going to be guys like Malachi Jackson and Marcellus Phelps.
I think so, and I think you can throw in Gales in that category.
Now, the shot was up and good by Wilborn, but I do not believe that's going to count. The foul was on the floor before he threw it up and in. Or did they rule and one? I guess they did.
There's the collect by Theodile in the left block. And they are going to say, counted in the foul. We got the shot clock. We might as well do NBA rules with fouls and ones.
Rebound off the miss. Kalamazoo Central ties it up. Cameron Bean, one of their smallest players, up and in.
He did exactly what Malachi Jackson did on the other end.
Jordan Sigmund slash into the hole with ease.
Sigmund with 4 in this game.
Theodile on the other end. Wilborn, the follow. You cannot teach height.
No, just grabbed it, and you know what he didn't do? He didn't bring it down. He kept it up and put it right back. That's a well-trained big man. Ramsey Nichols, a head coach, one of the best in the state.
Lance Stone, not that time. Kalamazoo Central coming up quick. There is a shot clock, but both teams could probably work with a 15-second shot clock.
That the truth?
Wilborn, the kick, Bean, the three, that is down.
That's playing inside-out basketball, and that's what the Maroon Giants want to do. Good feet on the perimeter and a fine triple by Mr. Bean. Wasn't that a show, Mr. Bean, or wasn't that a character?
I believe it was, yeah. Sigmund no good. Theodile rebound. Kalamazoo Kent Central closing strong. I'll Google Mr. Bean in the commercial break.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
He's a British comedian, I believe. Not very funny, but a comedian nonetheless.
Bean throws it up. No good. And let's all take a breath. They just scored a lot of points in the first quarter. If you like defense, I'm sorry, just turn on the next game because they're going to score a lot of points in this game.
Oh, the opposite ends of I-94 from Detroit to Kalamazoo. They're running. And the threes are raining. And they got to get it classic.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Detroit Renaissance in hoops impressed a lot of folks with their young talent last season. Sigmund and Stone made a lot of people turn their heads, and they've done the same so far this year, Chad. That 8-4 record could very easily look a lot different because 3 of the 4 losses this year for Detroit Renaissance have come by 5 points or less. Last week, they lost at Cass Tech in that Friday night that not a lot of games happened because of the snow. Well, they actually played that game, and Renaissance lost to Cass by 3 in double overtime. They tell anyone that'll listen, our goal is to get to the Breslin Center. I know they're young, but when you watch them and the way they can score really quick, you believe that this team can make some noise.
It went to double overtime against Cass Tech. Had a chance to win the game. The state championship from a year ago, and the state champion from a year ago, and they ended up losing, missing 2 free throws out of 3. Could have won that game this year against Cass Tech. They're there. And almost.
Yeah, and Renaissance wants another crack at Cass. There's no doubt about it. Kalamazoo Central closed that first quarter strong. They've got the lead. Edwards bouncing to one of the bigs, Wilborn, who scores again. Clearly that's an issue for Renaissance.
I mean, it looks like a casual toss on a Sunday afternoon in the park, but it was confidently through twice.
Phelps no good. Back tap on the rebound to Bean. He's going to push. Bean still going, throwing it up and in.
Mr. Bean can finish through contact.
7-point lead again for Kalamazoo Central. They started the game on an 8-0 run. Stone wraparound pass. One more Jackson. Rebound Theodile.
Pretty basketball, though. Good ball movement. Shifted from one side to the other. That's what John White wants.
Hoping for some defense here, trying to stop any pass inside to Wilborn. There you go. Good defense by one of those freshmen, Alfonso Harris.
Yeah, Harris at 6'4", one of their bigger players, forced into duty. It's two bigs that are freshmen. And so for Renaissance, it's a challenge. But how about that touch by the big boys? 4th point of the ball game. 6'8", Sharon Wilborn.
Two starters above 6'7" for Kalamazoo Central. Lance Stone. Oh, boy.
The kid can drip it from distance. Stone's got a few of those today already.
And a steal. This is where Renaissance scores in a flash. Harris. Blocking foul, Bean.
Yep, this is the push, this is the attack. And when Lance Stone gets it going, the emotions and the leadership just continue. But here come the Renaissance. Here's another look. That Stone step back. He can ooh and ah a crowd like nobody's business.
Still just a junior. Listed at 5'8". Probably a little bit smaller than that, but sleep on him at your own peril. He has got an old man's game as a 16-year-old.
And he's got 12 points already in this game. His father, an assistant at Eastern Michigan under Coach Stan Heath.
There he is again. I don't know if he'll miss the rest of the day.
Proud Papa Lamonte Stone somewhere in the Mid-American Conference on this Saturday afternoon. 15 for his boy.
Calvin through contact still scored. And DeMarque Calvin's off to the line.
After that quick start, Calvin's been kind of quiet. And if the Maroon Giants are going to win this game, they need his presence. How about this lefty? He's been impressive. Tough catch, spin, and finishes acrobatically in the air.
Chad told you at the beginning of the broadcast that Calvin was the guy who was going to make it go for Kalamazoo Central. And if you didn't believe that Chad never lies to you, well, Calvin's leading them in points. As always, again, you're right.
I mean, it was a 50-50 shot, and I was right for once.
Sigmund, no good. Of course, Lance Stone got the rebound and made the hook shot like Xavier Simpson.
Captain Hook coming alive. Lance going deep in that bag already.
Theodile, no. Being an offensive rebound. Nearly a throwaway. Nice catch by Yarborough. Trey Nichols back in with 2 fouls. Bean with an incredible catch. A lot of action and still time on the shot clock for Kalamazoo Central.
Reset it to 35. And here's another look. Lance Stone with that hook shot, and it's worth watching from a different angle, especially that one. Beautifully placed camera by Alex Westfall and his great production crew we have here on staff today. 7 games. A lot of fun to be had. Game 2 of 7. What's going on here?
They got to fix the shot clock.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a little bit already. A fun wrinkle today here at East Kentwood. They have a shot clock, but this is one of the things that people are potentially concerned about if and when they add the shot clock permanently in Michigan high school basketball. You got to get people who know how to work it.
Yeah, you got to get them used to it. And you know, when you haven't had it all year and then you have it once, there's some kinks to work out. I can imagine when you have it for a full season, the kinks will be worked out a little bit cleaner. But we'll work through it.
Trey Nichols stepping back. Another knockdown for their best shooter.
Nichols. Boy, we've seen him set his feet. We've seen him fade away. Just a talented shooter.
The shot making in this game is ridiculous.
It's been fun.
Stone, what a pass. Phelps for Miller. Can Lance Stone let another one go? He's trying to. He can't shake the defense from Calvin. Now Sigmund tries on the drive with his right hand.
Yeah, they let him through. All that tight defense, and then Sigmund will make you look silly. Just slipped right past him. And Rennie with all the momentum right now. And they're looking to get their first lead of this ball game. Here's another look here, Evan. I mean, just a blow by. Nobody wanted a piece of Sigmund after that screen.
John D. White, the head coach for Detroit Renaissance, went to Bishop Borges. He used to coach under Nate Oates at Romulus when they had that rolling. He's not going to be rattled here. It helps when you've got Stone handling the ball. Lance again. He did miss. I said I don't think he'd miss the rest of the day, and he missed. Chad never lies. Apparently I lie. Sorry.
Yeah, but not your fault.
Thank you. I needed to hear that.
You're forgiven.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very, very Catholic of you.
It's almost Sunday.
Heard a rumor there's a big football game tomorrow.
Oh, is that going to be fun?
I'm already nervous.
We're going to tailgate tonight. Hope you'll stick around.
Sigmund the block by Theodile. The follow by Gales.
Great awareness by L.A. Gales, the 6'5 freshman. And don't look now. Rennie's cut it to 1. Kalamazoo Central's coach Ramsey Nichols wants timeout in East Kentwood. We'll take it with him back after these.
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
Back at East Kentwood, where the pace of this game is utterly relentless. Fresh out of a commercial break, a missed three-pointer by the Maroon Giants. Gonna stay on this end. That score is correct for a high school game, man. This is crazy. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, and it's 34-33.
It has been a pretty clean game. How about no turnovers in this game for Renaissance yet, officially?
Calvin got a couple of good cracks at it, missed them both.
Meanwhile, they've turned over the Maroon Giants 8 times in the contest. That's a big plus-minus of 8.
That's the type of style that Renaissance wants to play. They're obviously, you can see it, not as tall as Kalamazoo Central. There's a height deficiency on this Renaissance team. But they make up for it with the way they just move fast and get you all sorts of confused. That time on the inbound, Renaissance was confused.
Yeah. They turned the tide on them. But you know what? When you have strong guard play, it just caters to you as you get later in the season, trying to get deeper guards that can take over a game. And Renaissance has 3 of them late in the game is the right situation to have.
Calvin, no, was not close. Sigmund to the rebound, and we got a whistle behind the play. Apparently Sigmund was out of bounds.
He dribbled that ball out of bounds and right in front of the Rennie bench, and I don't think they agree. But right on the spot was Pete Van Gessel making that call. Here's another look. And that right heel was on that line.
I mean, no one had a better look at it than those officials over there, so
yeah.
I trust them.
Sure, I'm not in any position to challenge that one. How about that deflected pass?
Stone 2-on-1 with Sigmund. Oh, he passed it to him behind his back. That guy's so much fun.
Oh, it's filthy. Lance is showing off now. Unbelievable.
I mean, after this game, we're going to get our social crew to clip up all the absurd shots and passes he's had. Lance Stone is having a remarkable day at the office, and Renaissance again has eliminated an 8-point deficit.
Anthony Colombo is so happy you just gave him another assignment in social media today. But yes, we will edit it. Look at that pass. It needs to be after that look. He's a human highlight machine. Shout out to Anthony Colombo, one of the busiest men in the state today.
A lot of great things to share. Appreciate you, Anthony. Stone tight-roping on the defense, but apparently he did go into the backcourt. Theodile came out to front him.
Yeah, and Stone knows better. He's playing around with Theodile out here. All he's got to do is take one dribble and get by, but
stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds, I think, was his right foot.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I don't know after the replay.
Creeping toward 2 minutes to go in this crazy first half. Nichols missed, Stone's got it.
No replay in high school basketball yet.
Stone, the drop off to Gales, missed the shot, but Lance Stone, not only is he leading all scorers in this game, but the last couple of trips down the floor, some sick passes.
He's just fun to watch. He's so crafty and confident, and a willing passer who will set his teammates up like this. Tough catch for LA Gales. He gets to go to the line left. That is the third foul for Mr. Bean.
Brought 10 in white, Cameron Bean off the bench. Now a bunch of fouls in his back pocket. Gales missed them both. Theodile the rebound. Up the floor comes Kalamazoo Central once again. That height advantage has helped him out a bunch of times today. Lob inside. Theodile throws it out. Edwards floater, no. What a foul.
They're going to say he got pushed on the waist, in the body, in the mid-body. Fine attack here by Jonathan Edwards. He's just a sophomore. And good ball sharing, mid-post, float. Just got him enough. Good sell of the foul, too. Sometimes you need to sell it. And he did.
We've talked a lot about Kalamazoo Central's got Theodile, Wilborn down low at 6'7" and 6'8". Renaissance doesn't have the size to match, but overall in this first half, how do you think they're doing against all that height?
Pretty dang good, I'd say. I think they've adjusted from early on, really good. And they're being physical down there, making sure. John White said, look, we got to get an elbow. Just let them know that we have a presence.
Sigmund, tough jumper, no, but a fortuitous bounce right to Phelps, and he rolls in too.
Yeah, well said. Fortuitous bounce, but good players are in the right spots at the right time.
Kalamazoo Central three off from the left side. That was Fellings who missed it. Lance Stone, no good.
That's going to stay. No, it's not. It's going to go the other way. I thought the official Pete Van Gessel was going the other way. Just a minute 15 left until the break. Scoring pace has slowed down significantly, Evan.
Fellings three. He's missed two in a row. Thought there was some contact on that shot.
There was.
Sigmund slashing and kicking. Now Jackson floater. Good.
I mean, how many guards do you have that can rip, drive, score? I mean, just a lot of skill sets here.
Steal, Jackson. Malachi behind the back. Phelps got blocked by Edwards.
Good defense. Edwards timing this perfectly without fouling. This is not easy to do. It's going to force the Phoenix to come back. That's well timed. I mean, Phelps was scoopy-dooping. That's tough to block.
Scoopy-dooping? That's a new one. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, it's kind of like Scooby-Doo screwing around, playing basketball.
You learn something new every day. I'm going to have to borrow that one. Malachi Jackson, yes.
Jackson's got some range, too. He's got 7.
And a steal nearly by Renaissance. Playing so well, you may have to give him the mystery machine after this game.
I like that.
There you go. Thank you. Maybe some Scooby snacks? Do they still make those? Because those were delicious. I ate way too many of those growing up.
They make them. They're legal now.
So many Scooby-Doo jokes, so little time. Another turnover, Kalamazoo Central.
No, we got all day. We can keep going.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. 21 ticks left. Shot clock is off.
Kalamazoo Central started this game on an 8-0 run. Detroit Renaissance trailed by at least 8 points 2 different times in this first half. But this style of play can change games real quick. Malachi Jackson Not that time. Sigmund in the corner let a miracle shot go. And his prayer was not answered. But Detroit Renaissance closing the first half strong. A lot of good play from all over the place. Lance Stone playing great again.
They once trailed by 8. Now they lead by 8. A turnaround for Rennie in the second, and the kids from Detroit looking to come on top. We're back with Mrs. Thomas right after these.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Welcome back to the Gotta Get It Classic. We're at Game 2 between Renaissance of Detroit and Kalamazoo Central. And right now, Renaissance with an 8-point lead at the break in a great game. But we take time out now to visit with the executive director of the Gotta Get It, Mrs. T. Thomas.
Yes.
And she's doing great work. You guys brought us back again. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. You guys make the event so much better.
Thank you. Well, it's a well-run event. It's our third year
you.
being here. I know you've had more years of doing this.
Yes.
You're at East Kentwood now. You guys have just grown this thing every year.
Yeah.
It's bigger and better and more efficient every year.
Thank you.
Talk about the things you're most excited about in this 2024 version.
Well, we're excited to be here at Kentwood. This is our second year having the tournament here at Kentwood, and the district is a class act. They support us so much, and so we're really appreciative of that. But as far as Gotta Get It goes, we're expanding. We're currently in Kent County, Genesee County, and Kalamazoo County providing out-of-school time youth programs and, professional development for young people. And then we are now going to be expanding more this year, but first off, we're going to jump into Ingham County this year. So we're really looking forward to getting started in Ingham County as well.
That's awesome, and that's more mid-Michigan?
Mid-Michigan, Lansing area, yes. Yep.
Well, that's the place to be. You'll play East Lansing today.
We will.
Ironically enough. What other things can we look forward to in this tournament? Some things that we should be on the lookout for and some points of pride.
So definitely want to look out for all of our interns. We have an amazing intern development program, and so our interns from all across the state are here, and honestly a lot of what you're seeing today is just due to their hard work. Everything you guys have seen on social media, that's been one of our high school interns. They've helped so much, even just like, with behind the scenes, making sure this runs smoothly. And so our intern development program is something we're really proud of. We're always looking for high school students, so if you're interested, you can go to gottagetit.org. Our website actually just relaunched here at 12. So if you want to go to gottagetit.org, we're always taking high school interns.
Always great to be here and always great to visit with you and your husband, Mike Thomas. We look forward to watching that game earlier and broadcasting it. And we look forward to hanging out with you the rest of the day. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
You bet. There she is. That's Mrs. T. You've heard of Mr. T. This is Mrs. T, the executive director of the Gotta Get It. We're coming back with more action in the second half of Detroit Renaissance at Kalamazoo Central. You're watching the Prep.
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Back at East Kenwood, second game out of 7 today as part of the Gotta Get It Classic. Kalamazoo Central came out just roaring hot against Renaissance. They got off to an 8-0 lead. Then Renaissance got on a 9-0 run to take a 9-8 lead. Then at another point in that first half, Kalamazoo Central goes up by 8 points again on Renaissance. But now, as we start the second half here in just a couple of seconds, it's an 8-point lead for Renaissance. So what's going on? Well, the shot making on both sides has been outstanding. Kalamazoo Central shooting at 54% from the field. Renaissance at 44%, but here's the deal. Renaissance has taken 10 more shots than Kalamazoo Central has. They've made 5 threes as compared to the 3 made threes for Kalamazoo Central. Chad, the story of this game coming in from a matchup standpoint was Kalamazoo Central is just flat taller than Renaissance. So what's going on? How have they nullified that, and why are they up by 8 right now?
Well, they've been able to get their guards to attack and go to the rim and get second chance opportunities. They've also been forcing turnovers. Turnovers have been key. They forced 11 turnovers, only 3 themselves, and turned the turnovers into points. With live ball turnovers, I think it's just been really taking advantage of that and the extra possessions. And you got Lance Stone and Sigmund who've taken control of this game at the guard spot.
So as we do look at that Kalamazoo Central huddle, how do they try to get back in this game?
I think they need to get back to inside-out basketball. It was very efficient for about 3 half-court sets. They've shown the ability to do some things in the half court, hit the three-point shot. You also would try to get the three-pointer going, and I think they need to get Mr. Calvin heated up again. He really started fast.
Time to start the second half. Renaissance in that black and maroon. The Maroon Giants of Kalamazoo Central in the white, maroon, and gold. This is about the only time when Renaissance doesn't play fast, when they're forced to inbound the ball, you know?
It is, and they're playing against a zone right now, something they haven't seen all game, so flashing a little 1-2-2 zone of the Giants right now.
And remember, there's a 35-second shot clock today.
Yep.
So this could be a big reason why Kalamazoo Central's trying to give them a different look. Sigmund alone. Rebound Edwards. Zone work that time. Here they come.
Yeah, it'll be interesting as we see a turnover here. It'll be interesting to see if they stay in that zone and if Renaissance is able to get some three-point looks that are clean from that zone, because those things are going to get created. It's sort of a matchup zone. We'll see if they stay in it. They do.
That's the guy who can help you beat a zone. Lance Stone was awesome in the first half. Been awesome all year for Renaissance.
It's just a matchup zone.
No good, Stone. Rebound being battled for, and it will stay on this end because Theodile couldn't grab it clean.
And the Giants also come out, and they're going to start Wilborn in the second half. I don't think he started the first half, so that's an adjustment right there.
Jackson in the corner. Nobody boxed out, and Renaissance gets a reload right back to Stone.
That's the problem with the zone.
Jackson, clean look. Got it that time.
Yep, the 3 looks are there in a zone. Offensive rebounds are there in a zone, and Rennie took advantage of both.
Steal Jackson. And a hard foul from behind. Calvin with the contact.
Calvin with the contact. That's just his first. So we get some substitutions here.
Just to peek behind the curtain here. So Chad's mentioning the problems of running a zone, about how it's tough to rebound and you give up open 3 looks. I went to Syracuse. I know all these things intimately. I've seen the team lose a lot of games because they can't rebound.
Well, they changed the coach. They didn't change the system.
They run it like half and half. It still warms my heart when they run the 2-3. No, but they play a lot of man now.
Okay.
It's not exclusive because Boeheim basically ran it exclusively for, 15 years.
Yeah.
As long as I've been a fan when I got accepted to school 10 years ago.
Man, 10 years?
I'm old.
Since you were a freshman?
I'm old, yeah. Sigmund throws up a wild shot. That was a prayer.
Dude, I was at my 30-year reunion last night of a celebration of the St. Mary's team that went to the finals.
Oh, yeah, I was watching that
30 years.
Yeah.
So you feel bad at 10. Don't feel too bad.
There's the height problem. They bring in the 6'8" Wilborn, and Renaissance was just forced to haul him down from behind.
And the Phoenix have not started LA Gales. So the Phoenix have decided to go small. The Giants have doubled down and decided to go bigger.
Inbound to Theodile, who got it to Wilborn. And Sigmund fouled him. He thought he got all ball.
And that's a big one. That's 3 on Sigmund. That's not the guy you want checking the big fella and getting a foul. John White's going to have to go get him.
Yeah, for now they leave in Sigmund. Yeah, to your point, I don't know how much longer you can do that. You cannot get him a 4th foul this early.
No.
Travel. got bailed out.
In a break. And be curious to see how long the Maroon Giants are going to try to really bully this down in the blocks and try to play the big game.
Jackson faking in the corner, dribbling in for an elbow J. Rebound. Flint blocked by Wilborn.
There's the size.
Quick throw ahead to Bean, who's got a couple of personals himself. Theodile doubled. Bean lost it. Loose on the floor. Back to Theodile. And it was briefly intercepted by Sigmund. A lot of stuff going on there.
It's just size versus speed. And can the Phoenix come from low and snatch a pass? They are double teaming the post.
And they're leaving Sigmund in with those fouls, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Theodile, hook shot, good.
Fine looking player, doesn't really force much up. And you realize, you look at him physically, I mean, he's not even come into his own yet. He might grow another few inches. He's going to get more coordinated. Impressive player on the rise.
Sigmund got a step on him that time. That is another impressive basketball player.
In the forest, going hunting for a bucket around 6'7", 6'8".
Around Jay, that's no good. Look at Theodile fly out of nowhere, and he's going to the line.
Activity goes with 6'7". That is a blessing. If you're the head coach, Ramsey Nichols, a guy that's willing to work this hard, has the tenacity to go in there, the awareness, gets to the line. Couldn't finish. It's the only thing I'd love to see there if you're a Maroon Giant fan.
I got a feeling Isaiah Theodile is going to pick up a few more Division I offers as he gets older and that frame fills out already. Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan have offered Isaiah. And you were just alluding to this, Chad. You can see the potential in that body.
You really can. I mean, it's a poised player. Seems to play maturely. Yeah, he's going to be fun to follow. Kalamazoo Central once led by 9 in this game.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember when that was.
Well, they got on that 8-0 run to start the game, and then, yeah, they led by 9 points. It was 30-21 at one point.
Yeah, I guess it was that quick start out of the gate.
Jackson in the corner. No good. Rebound saved by the Maroon Giants. Right to Renaissance. Sigmund came out of nowhere and got fouled.
You don't save it under your own bucket. Bad things will happen, but it's just that natural instinct to want to save it. And this guy, what a nose for the ball. Sigmund, Johnny on the spot, off the shoe. How about all the hockey assists there?
Tough loss for the Wings last night.
Yeah.
Carolina's pretty good. On the road. Wings had gotten points in each of their first 7 games after New Year's, so you'll take a loss. You just can't lose again tomorrow to Tampa.
Yeah, well, tomorrow you got the what, Tampa 2, they're calling it?
Yes.
Detroit, Tampa twice.
The Red Wings were supposed to play at 5 o'clock, but they moved the game to 7 because there's another sporting event going on in Detroit at 5 o'clock.
Awesome.
It's going to be an amazing day. Can't wait. Theodile! Hello!
How about it? 11 with a slam with that left paw. Rim still rocking to our left.
Now Sigmund on the attack. Threw it away. Maroon Giants on the run. Bean for 2.
Here they come. Sometimes a slam is all you need to rattle and wake the team and the crowd up.
Jordan Sigmund not close. Kalamazoo Central feeling it. Cameron Bean into the corner. Trey Nichols follow. Yes. Wilborn, there's that size.
Wilborn with a poke back. He's got 6 in this game, make it 8 to go with 5 rebounds. He's been big off the bench.
You kind of figured Kalamazoo Central wasn't going to go quietly into the afternoon. They're back in it. Stone finds a wide open man who missed the layup. Miller was wide open.
Oh, that was too pretty to miss.
Theodile lost the ball. Stone hits the turbo. Lance Stone to Phelps. He's going to the line. Lance Stone is absurd.
Oh. Can we just watch Lance Stone in a pickup game? I just want to see him pass. Look at this. Effortless. I mean, that was sweet. Behind the back, having fun. Big boy foul. You know, Renaissance has not shot the ball well from distance, something that they do quite well. They've really struggled. 26%. I think that's bad news for Kalamazoo Central because these three-point shooters are legit, and they've had an off night thus far.
Also, Anthony, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you're probably going to have to add that Lance Stone pass to the highlight package. Just saying, it was a pretty good one. Oh, well, add that one too. Oh, he almost had a steal.
You can put that in a highlight package. Nobody knows.
That's true.
That play I would put in a highlight reel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to a school.
Absolutely.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know that was, you just got to clip it properly.
It's like no one knows if it was 49-0 when you scored that touchdown, right?
That's right.
That didn't apply to me at all in high school. It's not at all.
Trying to get to the league, baby.
I was maybe trying to play D3 football. That did not happen.
You could have done that.
I was a D1 broadcaster, though.
That's more important. I will agree.
Stone for Phelps. Rebound and a foul. Edwards was getting tugged on his jersey by Marcellus Phelps.
Yep. This pace is starting to get interesting. The Giants want to play at both paces. They want to be able to establish a half-court offense, and they also want to get some steals and score in the open court. But Rennie's been so good with that basketball. We'll see how that zone affects him in this next set.
Theodore, by the way, is on the bench for Kalamazoo Central.
Not for long, I can tell you that. Been so good tonight.
Edwards hard on the deck. Still time on this ticker for the Maroon Giants. Bean jumper, not close. Wilborn rebound, threw it up and missed it. Still battling for the ball. Kalamazoo Central has it somehow. The effort is relentless, and a foul as Edwards went up.
It's relentless effort in pursuit of that ball, and the Giants aren't settling for Jace. They're trying to get to the rim, use that size. This is good help defense, but it results in a foul.
One more coming for the sophomore, Jonathan Edwards. Chad talked about this a little bit earlier. Kalamazoo Central was really good last year. They went 20-4. They lost in overtime in the playoffs to East Lansing. 3 of the 4 losses last year for Kalamazoo Central by single digits. Lost a lot from last year, but we're seeing a lot of talent on display for them this year and today for sure.
Cupboard's not bare. People want to play for Ramsey Nichols. He's shown that he can build a program, establish it, and win the right way.
Oh, by the way, this program all time, Kalamazoo Central, 7 state championships.
Wow. Big time. It's up there.
Sigmund throwing it out. Miller 3. Jackson the rebound. And we have a whistle. It's going back to Kalamazoo Central.
It is. It looks like somebody stepped on that end line again.
This feels like a weird spot in the game for Renaissance, right? Feels like they should be up by more than 6 points.
It does. They've had dominating runs that would make you think that they've got a bigger cushion. We'll see how they guard on this possession.
Good defense by Jackson, and then he just couldn't keep it in play. I tell you what, though, Chad, the theme of the day for me for Renaissance, I know Lance Stone's good, I know Sigmund's good, but Jackson and Phelps, if they give them as much as they're giving them today, they really are going to be a tough out.
I mean, you get 2 guards going at the same time. It's big. You got 4 going, and they are going in this game pretty well. Going to be tough to beat. Going to make some substitutions. It really helps John White when he's resting guys in substitution patterns. He can go to so many players. Much deeper this year.
Theodale's back in. Wilborn, the other tall guy, tried to throw it into him. It is still on this end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's a design play. You want a 6'8" guy to throw to a 6'7" guy. Nobody's going to get in the middle of that if it's done properly. The problem is most 6'8" guys don't practice ball entry passes.
Calvin Tipped out of bounds. It's still Kalamazoo Central ball. That was some good defense by Alfonso Harris.
They're sticky. I mean, the Phoenix are undersized, but not without fight and quickness.
10 on the shot clock here for the Maroon Giants. Theodile for Wilborn. That is a height advantage and 2 easy points.
Just a smart, simple way of basketball. People say KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what that was. Big to big.
That was not a simple pass to Phelps. Stone found him from one corner of the court all the way to the other, and another foul on Kalamazoo Central.
Can we see that pass again as the 4th foul is collected by Mr. Bean? I mean, that was an absolute corner-to-corner missile. On point.
Poor Anthony's somewhere going, Lance, stop playing so well, dude. Like, I can't keep track of all these sorts of things.
He had a late night last night as well. Cutting up highlights from the St. Mary's game, not tailgating.
Lance Stone, no good. Calvin a rebound. Kalamazoo Central real quick up the floor. Calvin scoop shot, no. And we are off to the 4th. Chad, we got a ball game.
That's a big miss and stop by the hustling Phoenix to get back. We got a ball game, just a 4-point game. The defense has really turned it up in the 3rd. We got a banger. Stick around for the 4th from Grand Rapids, won't you?
Gotta Get It is a nonprofit organization that prioritizes education, creativity, and physical and mental health. We aim to cultivate resilience in youth and young adults so that they are equipped to be the change we need in our communities. We facilitate programs and coordinate projects that provide opportunities for young people to explore their interests, learn useful skills, cultivate social capital, and develop leadership skills in accordance with our mission to create a sense of urgency to accomplish unforeseen goals without making any excuses.
Today's game's proudly sponsored by Miller Johnson Attorneys, where the growth of Michigan is at the core of our practice. Second game of the Gotta Get It Classic between Detroit Renaissance and Kalamazoo Central, brought to you by Superior Asphalt Incorporated, your local West Michigan paving company, providing service beyond the surface since 1983. Heck of a ball game going on here, Chad. 4-point game. Renaissance still in front as we go to the 4th, but Kalamazoo Central was down by 8 at the half, and now it's only a 4-point deficit going to the 4th.
It's a ball game. We've seen both teams with darn near double-digit leads. Kalamazoo Central led by 9 at the 6-minute mark of the 1st. Rennie led by 11 with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Leads changed 5 times. We got a ball game.
Theodile. Oh, we almost threw another one down, but Flint's late defense altered the dunk.
Brandon Flint got up at 6'3" and contested that against the D1 offered man.
Now Stone for Jackson to Sigmund. Sigmund sizing it up. Downhill on Theodile. Athleticism beats height.
Man, 13 for Sigmund, second high scorer in this ball game for the Phoenix.
Wilborn, no good. Sigmund the rebound.
The defense, Evan, has really heated up until now.
And Jackson on the leak out scores. Blink your eyes, and Renaissance has got this thing up to a large lead. And Kalamazoo Central wants to take a quick timeout. That we'll take with them. 1 minute into the 4th quarter. Renaissance trying to pull away. Off to a darn good start to the 4th quarter. Great passing to Jackson, who leaked behind the D.
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it. Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
When you think of basketball programs in our great state that have had a lot of success, if you're not thinking of Kalamazoo Central, you should be thinking about them. We talked about it earlier, 7 state championships all time. The head coach here now at East Kentwood, Mike Thomas, gave him a couple of state titles in 2010 and 2011. They've made the state title game 12 times all time. Pardon the pun, but they really are one of the giants of high school basketball in Michigan.
I like what you did there. They are the pride of the Maroon Giants. Isaiah Livers. How about Isaiah? Just traded from the Pistons to the Washington Wizards back a week ago. And you can't forget about maybe the most famous alum ever in their history, Mr. Derek Jeter.
Yes. On the off chance he's watching. Hi, Derek. Big fan. Calvin, heck of a drive. That'll make Mr. Captain of the New York Yankees smile. DeMarque Calvin a bucket, as Kalamazoo Central trying to hang tough.
Calvin with 13 in this game. He's been a fun player to watch. Put together right, composed, fine finisher.
Sigmund, elbow jumper. That is why so many schools want to see him in their colors in a couple of years.
A lot of offers, a couple handfuls.
Theodile, no good, but he is off to the line.
The lefty's fouled on the play. He'll go back to the line. The line has been a lonely place this afternoon, just 2 of 8. And that is something you want to put an asterisk next to, because in a tight game like this, free throws matter. And you can't laugh if you're the Phoenix, because you're only 5 of 10 from the free throw line. See, my friend Reggie Butler, who does color commentary on Cruz, always says, hey, free throws can either elevate a lead or evaporate a lead. It just depends, and right now it's a key factor.
Theodile made them both. Then he nearly had the steal. Up and no good, but Calvin followed. I mean, if he hits both these free throws, this is a 4-point game again.
It is. And how about Theodile with those long, active hands? And then Calvin found this, I don't know how, amongst 3 players and put it in. Boy, he's a good-looking player, number 2 for Kalamazoo Central.
He was red hot in the first half. 11 points in the first half for DeMarque Calvin, and now 14 points after that made free throw. About to go for 15.
Again, Bean with 4 fouls in this game, Evan. Can be aggressive on defense, but got to be careful with Bean.
Pressure relentless for Kalamazoo Central. Renaissance getting a taste of their own medicine here.
6-point game to make it a 4-point game.
Coming up on 6 minutes remaining. Still so much basketball that we played, and what is shaping up to be a really fun finish. Stone harassed and fouled by Edwards.
Yeah, and remember the fouls in high school now. 5 fouls in a quarter, and you get a double bonus. No more 1-and-1. That is just the second foul in the quarter, though.
Yeah, that is going to be a huge wrinkle as games like this are being played over the next 6 or 7 weeks. Stone, again, the defense relentless. He found Sigmund. Jordan Sigmund moving left, finding Jackson. Long rebound. Phelps somehow has got it.
Out-quicked him. That's what you got to do with size.
Reload for Renaissance. Stone again. Edwards fouls him.
Guards controlling the game. That's what they do. That's what they want to do late in games. When you have a guy like Stone and Sigmund, it's such an advantage because you know you can draw that foul really anytime you want. And right now you can tell John White wants to draw fouls, get his team to the line eventually.
Sigmund on Wilborn. He's been taking advantage of the big guys all day, and again, driving a foul.
That's the second on Wilborn. Couple shots coming up. Third foul in about 65 seconds, though. And this plan is working well for the Phoenix, who are spreading the floor and now facing man-to-man defense. I think that zone was working really well for Kalamazoo Central. I'm surprised they haven't gone back to it, Evan.
We'll see if they do it down the stretch, Chad. This is what I'm thinking about back in my head here, right? Renaissance has told us, they've told the rest of the local media, anyone who will listen. Our goal, I don't care how young we are, our goal is to get to the Breslin Center. And I think a few people are thinking, okay, guys, well, your whole team is sophomores and juniors. But when you look at the type of season they have played so far with all the close games, a few close losses, and a game like this is getting them ready for March.
That's right, and that's all they want to do. Get ready, play your in-league, play some tough competition out of conference.
Wilborn, no good. Volleyball spiked back up there and no good. Sigmund the rebound after just missing 2 free throws in a row.
Makes up for it. They get 2 stops on that possession.
Lance Stone on Theodile. Got free and scored again.
Mr. Crafty, Mr. Nasty. Old Lance is loose tonight on the west side of the state.
3 ball coming. Trey Nichols, no. Edwards out of nowhere. Back up and in.
Oh, that's a fight, and one that Edwards wasn't ready to lose. Good strength.
Phelps all alone. Renaissance still from 3 is just ice cold.
Are they ever? 21%, says Jan.
Calvin fouled, and Kalamazoo Central is right back to the line.
They're not going anywhere. They got the right guy to the line, nose for the basketball. And this guy's a next-level player. Really fun to watch. Number 2. Sticky on that offensive glass. What an advantage.
And those free throws today for Kalamazoo Central. You hate to beat a dead horse, but 6 of 13 from the line in a game like this is just not going to get it done.
Not acceptable. Both teams shooting under 47% from the free throw line.
And 2 more misses. Calvin fighting for his miss. Stone down to the floor as fingers are being poked near his eyeballs. Renaissance got a timeout, and we'll take it with him so we can catch our breath. 4:17 to go. 4-point game. Renaissance trying to get this thing in the finish line and have a happy bus ride back home.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
An outstanding basketball coach for Detroit Renaissance. 5th season, went to Bishop Borges, used to coach under Nate Oates at Romulus, played some college ball himself at Eastern Kentucky. This is the thing that's wild to me about John D. White. He has 14 siblings, and he says he remembers all their names. I can't remember anybody's name. I don't know how he can remember all of them.
He's a great guy. We love covering John White. And 14, my goodness. His son Jacob White is at Montverde Academy right now. Been some good players that have come through his program.
Including this dude, Lance Stone. Oh man, the rainbow jumper just would not drop. Theodile up the floor. Look at the big man go coast to coast.
Just like a baby deer. Plus athleticism, not even fully developed.
Sigmund gets by Theodile that time and scoops it home.
Boy, that left hand so smooth. He can score in so many ways, but loves to get downhill. We saw it there. That's a big bucket for the Renaissance club.
Back up to a 2-possession game. Calvin working on Stone and drawing a late foul on LA Gales.
Gales has not been in much of this game in the second half. Picks up just his second foul. He is really the size for this team. He has to come in and play. He's 14 years old still. John White told us before the game. And this young man, another one that's about to reach his physical potential soon enough. And what do you know? We got a free throw that was made, sir.
Yeah, those free throws for Kalamazoo Central, just a problem today. They're only 7 of 15. Got the line right now. Calvin, before making that last one, and missed 2 in a row.
Talk about guys that'll be busy tomorrow. John White's a pastor. He's got church tomorrow. He's got a busy week. We thought we were busy.
Yeah.
He's got a sermon to prepare.
We'll all be saying a few extra prayers for a certain football team tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. What a time to be alive as a football fan in Detroit or Michigan.
Seriously, it's wild. Sigmund threw it away. Kalamazoo Central can tie it on this trip.
How about it? Renaissance has been very good with the basketball most of this afternoon, but the Giants have gotten to them with some pressure, and they could tie it on this trip, as you mentioned, with 3 minutes left. Time winding down.
They trailed by 8 at the break. Oh my goodness, miscommunication. Calvin threw it away. Malachi Jackson, the gift.
Yeah, and Theodile wanted that feed, but he's being guarded so well in the post by Jaden Miller, undersized sophomore at 6'2". Watch this matchup right here.
Theodile sets the screen. Calvin rolling off that screen. Pretty good action, just couldn't make the shot. Alika had to Lance Stone. 2 more for the man who's had an awesome day.
He knows how to play at that size. Shot fake, collected himself, and scored it. And the Maroon Giants want to talk it over. Ramsey Nichols is not happy.
I mean, Chad, you nailed it. Both sets down the floor. They just could not get the ball to Theodile, and it leads to Renaissance doing what they do, leaking out for a couple of easy buckets. 2 minutes remaining. Renaissance closing in.
My time to shine. He took over.
He got it. Splash.
And that will put some gauze on it. Saw they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening. Just a good time.
Ramsey Nichols, another outstanding coach in a day full of them here at East Kenwood High School. Just saw Benton Harbor win the first game of the day. Ramsey Nichols was their head coach once upon a time. Coached Isaiah Livers when he was at Kalamazoo Central. Ramsey's a grad of Benton Harbor, also went to Detroit Mercy.
Tighten up.
Yeah. But this is the type of game, by the way, that's going to get his team ready for the stretch run of the season. Still time, by the way. They're only down by 7 with 2 minutes remaining. Coach Nichols has been in a few games like this.
He has, and the idea to play these games is to play teams from different regions because they play different ways.
Theodile inside, no good, fighting for the miss. Missed it again, but he's going back to the line.
Well, Jaden Miller's fighting the good fight at 6'2", but he's no match for Theodile. That's the second foul on the young man, but Theodile is so active, and you see it here in the replay. Continues to fight. He's got to finish those at some point, but this young kid really showing out tonight in East Kentwood.
I mean, this is the type of game, right? College coaches will watch this back because they're going to see Jordan Sigmund and Lance Stone, who are a couple of other Division I prospects on Detroit Renaissance, and they're going to go, who's that 11 in white? He's tall, man.
He's going to get some offers. They're going to keep flooding in. And games like this are why you want to showcase them.
Lance Stone, drive, kick. Renaissance going to kill some clock. Remember, there is a shot clock today. Right now it's at 12. Sigmund throws it out. Phelps on the move. Renaissance got to go. Phelps gives it up. Miller threw it up, but a whistle before that.
It was on the floor, and it really hurt Renaissance because they had a layup that was in, and the foul was on the floor, and that's actually the 4th foul on Mr. Edwards. So here's another look. Rip, drive, good scoop. How about the passing by Renaissance on that set? That was Kyrie's Price, the sophomore. 3 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 1 junior are the starters for Renaissance. The future's bright.
That foul does not get Renaissance to the line, but it helps him kill off a bunch of clock here. And a foul as Bean commits the personal.
So 2 shots coming. That's double bonus time. That's 5 team fouls. So free throws coming up.
Dwayne Yarborough about to come in as Cameron Bean leaves. He's the guy who just committed the foul on Stone. On Sigmund, beg your pardon.
So this is where the free throws will come into play. 6-point lead. Sigmund sinks it. 18 for him now.
Sigmund and Stone, if that's not the best backcourt in high school hoops in Michigan, it's darn near the best. Although Jordan's missed 3 of his last 4 free throws. That's weird.
Yep.
Still a pulse for Kalamazoo Central. They need a shot like this to go down. Off the bench and making it happen, Dwayne Yarborough.
Yarborough, how about it? Watch out.
Phelps wisely throws it back out to kill some clock. It's a 4-point game, so Kalamazoo Central, if they wanted to, probably could have played defense, but they'll foul anyway with Trey Nichols.
You want to foul because look what the Phoenix are doing. Prolong this game, but you don't want to foul that guy. Here's another look at the corner 3. Splash City coming by way of Mr. Yarborough. Just a junior. Big free throw attempts coming for Lansdowne. 2 shots here.
I think if you had to give John White, the head coach for Renaissance, some true serum, he'd want Lance Stone at the line, closing it out.
He would. That's just his first attempt today, and this is the guy you want. He's a gamer, and he's shot a lot of free throws in his life.
Back up to a 6-point lead. Leaking behind the defense, 2 for Edwards.
David Nichols with a dime of a pass.
Stone fouled again. Edwards, the guy who just made the basket, fouled him. That's 5. He's out.
He's gone. 2 free throws coming up.
I'm wondering this too, Chad, because both of these teams, they know there's a shot clock, but they're not quite used to playing the shot clock. So in the back of their minds, they're probably thinking, okay, 4-point game, 48 seconds left. We have to foul. But
not really anymore.
Not really. You could have played defense hypothetically.
It's a good point because you're mentally preparing for that foul game. And yeah, it does change it a little bit. We'll see if teams adjust to it. You just don't want to foul this guy if you're Kalamazoo Central. Anybody but number 11. Mr. Clutch.
Lance Stone may only be 16 years old. He plays like he's 36.
He really
missed that free throw.
Not
All right, pulse for Kalamazoo Central. Calvin following his miss. Missed it again. It is going to be Renaissance ball with 37 seconds left.
Oh, it's good to have lead guards like Renaissance has. They protect the rim that time and somehow get the ball back.
Right back to the guy who they want at the free throw line as they're trying to pick up another win.
Yeah, you're trying to fight time, and Coach Ramsey with a long stare. And sometimes you just got to laugh. But his team's shown a lot of gusto today, a lot of effort. Really skilled big men. You may not see 6'7" and 6'8" guys out here as often. It's a Division II school. They're going to have something to say before it's all said and done. Not over yet.
Nope. One more coming for Stone. If he makes this, it's a 3-possession game. That makes the odds longer. He made it. Here we go. Kalamazoo Central into the front court. Theodile for Nichols. Got stripped from behind by Phelps.
And that's been the nemesis today of the Giants, is just the speed and the activity. They've offset it with the size. Remember, this Phoenix team was down, what, 8-0, 9-0?
Yeah.
I mean, they've had to come back.
Calvin on the inbound, got hauled down by Phelps. This is kind of similar, Chad, to what we were talking about in the first game for Benton Harbor, how they got tested at times by Wyoming Lee. Great game for Renaissance, right? They say they want to make the Breslin Center and make that run, but when you're playing guys like Calvin and Theodile and Wilborn and that size and that athleticism, this game was in doubt multiple times. This was not an easy ride to the finish line for Renaissance.
No, they've had to weather some ups and downs and been in so many battles. We talked about the tough competition that they've played in the Cass Tech game, double overtime, losing, could have won it late. These things are all growing moments and just building their season. They'll have to battle Detroit King, who we'll see today. They'll have to battle Detroit Cass Tech, who's the reigning state champion, who we'll also see later today.
The next game is Cass Tech against Zeeland West. Later on today, we'll see King against Grand Rapids Northview.
Is that who plays next?
The next one is Cass Zeeland West. So many games, so little time today. We also have Grand Blanc against Grand Rapids South Christian. That's slated to start right around 3:30.
We also just been passed along a note that Lance Stone has just scored his 1,000th point of his young career. That last free throw. Thank you very much. Look at the gotta get it staff all over things. He'll be our G of the game. Spoiler alert.
I don't think it was that much of a spoiler. Calvin up and good. Kalamazoo Central not quitting.
No, they want to spoil some things too. This game's not over. Guess what? He makes this, it's a one-possession game. Look at this. No fouls. You just don't want to foul and no three-pointers if you're the Phoenix.
It's the other side to a young team, right? Sometimes you make mistakes like that.
That's exactly it. They've been unable to close games.
And here, again, is where the new rule in high school basketball, once you get to the bonus, you're shooting 2 free throws. That's where it gets so important. If this was an old 1-on-1 scenario, John White would really be losing all of that hair.
Yeah, and I just looked across the bench, and Ramsey Nichols, who's in a catcher squad across the way, said, do not allow Stone to get the ball. Don't let him get the ball on the ball entry pass. And they've done that 3 times, and he misses the free throw, Evan. We've got a one-possession game right now.
Got to make this one. He did. Kalamazoo Central still alive. Got to score quick. There's 10 seconds left.
You got to shoot a 3 here. I know don't attempt it, get the bet. No, you got to shoot a 3 here. 10 seconds. Maroon Giants got to hustle.
Off the inbound. They're taking a lot of time. This is Theodile down low, but I think Renaissance is okay with that. That took a lot of time.
Took a ton of time. And time is more important than quantity and score of points. 3.5 seconds left. Now, crazier things have happened. This is a 2-point ball game. 71-69, in a game that's seen the defense get better and better as we've gone on. 45 total points in the first quarter, 31 total points in the second quarter, 18 total points in the third. The fourth has got a little bit back to reality, but the defense has heated up along the way. So is the intensity. It's been a fun game.
71-69. Renaissance in front. 3 seconds left. What are they talking about in that Kalamazoo Central huddle down by a couple of points here?
You need a steal. You have to get a steal here. There's not enough time in high school basketball. You don't get the ball advanced. I think you got to go for a steal. I think you got to force Renaissance to get the ball into somebody not named Lance Stone. Let it go to somebody else and try to make this team uncomfortable. But, yeah, right now, I mean, you're looking at Ramsey Nichols and inside that huddle. Great shot by Chris Armani-Rose. They've got to get a steal. And that's that.
Kalamazoo Central trying to make the young and talented Renaissance Phoenix make a mistake. Phelps will inbound. He got it to Stone, and a foul with just over 2 seconds left.
Yep. So Stone could close it out with 2 free throw makes, and could also get himself a 30-burger if he gets a couple of free throw makes. You got to look at free throws the other way. And you know Kalamazoo Central has to be just kicking themselves, Evan. They've missed 10 free throws in this ball game in 21 tries.
And although Lance Stone missed one on his last trip to the line, that's now 8 made free throws. And if he makes one more, 30 points on a day where he scored his 1,000th career point in high school.
Very cool, very fitting.
Lance Stone seals it. Kalamazoo Central gave them all that they could handle. But in the end, the Renaissance Phoenix got the job done. Keep paying attention to this young and talented team from Detroit. Phoenix take down the Maroon Giants, and we're back to talk to the G of the game and wrap this one up after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Back at East Kenwood Fieldhouse, where the Renaissance Phoenix survive. A really great effort from Kalamazoo Central. Evan Stockton, Chad Bush, joined by our G of the game for the second time this year. Yeah. Lance, do you have enough room in your closet by now for all these hats, dude?
I got to stack them.
Look at the camera right there. Turn around to your left. Okay, so in that game, right, Kalamazoo Central, they got a bunch of tall dudes out there, and they pushed you until the bitter end. What does it say about your team that you were able to get it done today?
All the fight that we have, the grit, we got more heart than everybody. Like, our height, our size, it don't mean nothing if you got more heart. And that's what we showed today.
You're also able to distribute the ball, Lance. What's it like being a distributor, a guy that's a willing passer, and you can score? How do you kind of weigh those situations and what you're going to do when you have the basketball?
It just takes so much pressure off of me knowing that once I get mines or once I get my teammates involved, the game opens up for everybody else and me. So that really just takes all the pressure off of me.
Last one, easy one to answer.
Yep.
When you're making some of these behind-the-back passes and putting people on shakedown street and hitting threes, like, how cool does that feel? What does it feel like to be you?
It's a normal play. I've been doing this since I was little, so it's just normal. I'm just having fun out there. I try to play every game, have the most fun I can have.
Well, when you drop 30 and your team wins, you're going to have a lot of fun. Lance, congratulations. Detroit Renaissance beats Kalamazoo Central. Another win for Renaissance. They're now 9-4. And by the way, 3 of their 4 losses are by 5 points or less. This team's going to be a problem once we get to March. 2 games down, 5 to go. Busy day at the Gotta Get It Classic here at East Kentwood. Renaissance beats Kalamazoo Central. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Great game coming up. Cass Tech against Zeeland West. For Chad and the whole crew, Evan Stockton saying thanks, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.